What to do, y'all? This is Poseidon of Deep Astrology. I wanted to get into this Sun and Gemini transit today, and I've been thinking about it for the last couple of days. Just the meaning of this transit and where we're coming to, and getting more clarity and more insight on it, and just really wanted to formulate the proper message to deliver with clarity, you know, because we are in very, very positive energies right now with the sun in mutable air of Gemini, you know. And now we're coming into the third decan of Gemini, which is ruled by Uranus, which is a major player right now in the skies. Uranus is Father Sky, and it entails our awakening. It entails a lot of secrets. It entails really um, it causes the unexpected occurrences in our life that cause us to awaken and have those very eccentric thoughts, those ideas that just come, those hunches. And so, Uranus truly is making its way into our psychic field in a way. Psychic awareness is increasing in our bodies. This is happening within our bodies right now, and I can feel this. um, some of you may be able to feel this, right? We're just coming into more turbulent, more harmonious times, and we're having to navigate through it very, very differently. So with the sun coming into the third decan, of Gemini, we're talking about a much more higher perception, a much more expanded consciousness, a much more expanded conscious awareness that is going to help our third eyes to open, that is going to help clear and help us to navigate through these these next years when Uranus is in Taurus. Really, we're really coming into some different type of energy. It's cracking down on us. It's really, really coming in, almost like a flood. Really, if you want to say that, like a flood is coming in. We are really coming to the brink of greater discoveries within science. We're coming to greater discoveries within astrology. We're coming to greater discoveries within ourselves. Um, and I've just been making myself ready, open, and available for the change. And putting myself in a position that requires much greater observation, a much more greater empathy, much more just much more clarity, and becoming one. We are truly becoming one. um with the sun going into the third decan, uh, we get a glimpse into the future. This is due to this Uranian lens that we are looking through, a more clear perception. A mental shift takes place here. A higher awareness will catch us up into the rapture. There is a holy acceptance that is now making its way into our hearts. Be that as it may, more surprises and interruptions will occur with the Uranian influence coming into play. Uranus comes with an inanimate focus that can sometimes be the cause of trouble. Uranus is making way for Christ consciousness to enter our hearts. We are being activated within our very body. We are receiving more conscious attunement, or rather, we are becoming more comically and cosmically aligned with Source. Our bodies are literally receiving instructions. We are being activated in our powers. For me, this means that I will be super psychically aware, more sensitive, but more in control. I am receiving information and instructions straight from Source. I am God consciousness. I am an alchemist. I am an Aquarian magician. I am God. I am a vessel for Uranus. I am delivering the children of Israel from Egypt. So this is something that I wrote. And, I also have here higher truths. I got stuff falling out. you know, Higher truths, empathy, universal abundance, love, soundness of mind, clarity, moving mountains. This is all that is coming through with this Uranian influence. This is what's coming through right now. So I'm a moon in Gemini, right? And this is coming to me so clear. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling activated in this. I'm feeling the vitality and the hope of this. The mental shift. Just the mind. This is really all about attaining Christ consciousness. You all. I want you all to know that. That what Uranus really, really comes to bring is that higher awareness, and especially with it being in Taurus, what you're talking about is a more focused influence, but the word is not focused. It's everything is becoming more one. Everything is coming back to its original, because when you're talking about Uranus, you're really talking about the future, but when you're going towards the future, you're really going back to the beginning, because what Uranus is coming to do is really strip down our values. What it's coming to do in Taurus is strip down our values, and it's working to really deconstruct the very value system, even the very senses. This is coming down to even our senses. What we value as far as our senses, because if you're a meditator and you're becoming one with yourself, becoming one with the breath, you're breathing in that prana energy, you're activating your chakras, you're just becoming more in alignment with the universe. So this is what's taking place with Uranus and Taurus, is a wake-up call, to our bodies, to our senses, to our true worth, in a more in a mindset. Because what you have to understand is that Taurus also represents our sense of self. So it represents really the mind. So this is a physiological, neurological, scientific, really alchemical transformation that we're going through. We're really going through a bodily change. This is a bodily change. And that's what people aren't understanding. So when I talk about the sun going into Gemini and traveling through the third decan, you're ruled by Uranus, you're talking about just a lens, a different focus, the way that we're going to be expressing ourselves, the way that we're going to be acting in our vitality, the way that we're going to be focused, is going to be more centered in a Uranian way, where these occurrences can come, these big ideas, these grand awakenings. It's a consciousness shift. This is a mental consciousness shift. And even, talking about the body, this is talking about the body, and what the body is going through, because when you change your mind, you change your body, you change your body, you change your mind, so this is all working together. This all goes back to all things are working together. And, it's very, very positive energy. And, we got the moon in Libra right now, so that's making some trines to, the sun, which is a very positive aspect, which is very, connecting and very, very fulfilling. It's very, very active, and it gets us to the next step. I feel like there's something that is getting us to the next step. That is going to be a push. That's going to be a mental shift. That's going to be a thought form. That's going to be a wave, a frequency that we can follow. And I feel like that frequency is going to lead us to greater truth. We're really coming into greater truth. The sun is already in third decan, at 20 degrees, 21 degrees. So, it's more, imperative to write, I'm feeling more activated in my writing. I feel that I can really come up with some things and really make some things happen. Even, my workout routine is changing. Things are changing within my workout. And I'm coming just into more of a blossom stage, I would say, blossoming. And, that regards activity, to be happy. This is times where you can really, really be happy, leading up to this full moon in Sagittarius. This is not a time to really wallow in your fear, wallow in sorrow. This is the time to get active. This is the time to get happy. This is the time to get, it's the time to get, I'm hearing the word punitive for some reason, but that means punishment. I don't know why. But this is the time to really, really get active, it came to me very clearly today that, there are thoughts that I'm dealing with, thought forms that, I've activated, thought gases, thought viruses that we entertain sometimes, those things that we think about over and over again, and they're always heavy in your mind, worries and fears, maybe from the past, let's be honest, and it just came clearly to me today that, You know, the seeds that you sow in your heart are the things you think in your mind. You know, a lot of times when you think like, or and like maybe this is not for everybody. This is not like a truth that everybody should resonate with. But for me, I felt like everything that I've been going through, you know, the seeds that I've been planting, I had to think, I'm feeling like, why am I not feeling like, I'm not manifesting the way that I intended? It's like, it's not that I haven't been manifesting. I've been manifesting, and I'm very, very grateful. I'm very, very grateful. I'm very, very, very grateful. Let me say that now. But it just feels like, I've come up short. This is something that I'm doing. Am I confused? Asking myself those questions. Am I confused? And it's like, no, you're not confused. You're just really settling into a new reality. You're settling into the reality of who you are, and who you are, is multidimensional. So, I didn't really I didn't really come in here and talk all about myself and stuff, but it just really comes a time where you have to really come to a point of acceptance. So there's a lot with this, these moon transits, that are happening. This full moon in Sagittarius, this is my sun sign, and this is gonna be opposing my moon, so I got two moons. Got two moons going. I got the sun in my moon, and then I got so it's like this counter direct. It's just it's light purification. That's what it is. I have to think of this as a light prism, and I have to really, really, really put myself into my work, put myself into this mode of really getting clear with getting these videos out to you guys, and doing more videos, and just projecting clearer consciousness. I want to project more light. My goal is to project more consciousness, and not more darkness. Because I feel like a lot of what I've been, and this is me working, I'm building my channel, is what I've been projecting is, the reason why this is deep astrology is because I've been very deep into this. I've been deep into the astrology. I've been deep into the psychology of this, and I gotta now write it out and, make this all make more sense, so. But this is just my interpretation of the energy, I feel like this is really coming through clear. I feel like it's coming through strong. I feel like there's going to be some great mental shifts and some great mental ideas. I feel like things are really, really going to pattern themselves out. I feel like there's going to be a lot more synchronicities with the Uranian energy. I mean, it's a lot that can really, really occur. We're coming into some really great, some very turbulent energies, and we're navigating. Our angels are helping us to navigate this energy. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel. We're coming into some very, very awesome energies. So we just need to remain faithful, remain true, to ourselves, remain true to the path. This is really going to connect us to our path. This is going to connect us to the future. This is going to be a bridge to the future, and it's just more light codes coming in. Today I was just imagining white and purple, intuition, peace, love, purity, protection, peace, psychic awareness, intuition, more psychic abilities are coming in, we're really just needing to feel and allow peace to enter our hearts, allow the light to enter in, so taking your breaths and, becoming one with spirit, becoming attuned to your higher senses, that's all it's about. Meditation, writing, getting into it, getting in tune. So we're just getting more in tune, and with Gemini, I'm going to do a separate video for Gemini, for Venus and Gemini. But what Venus is in Gemini is really going to attune our hearts, attune our heart's desire. It's going to be a bodily tune-up, a heart tune-up. It's going to be a tune-up. We're tuning up. Everything is, we're being leveled up. And it's very fifth dimensional. We're coming more into a more fifth dimensional perspective, where we are becoming the magician of our lives. We are the magician of our lives. So this is all fifth dimensional, and this is all psychic. This is psychic awareness, with Uranus and Taurus right behind all this Gemini energy right now, making way for it, clearing the way, gaslighting, activating. And I just keep hearing you reap what you sow. You're going to reap what you sow. Everybody's going to reap what they sow. But what you sow, you will reap. So... this is my interpretation of this. So, this is very positive energy. Writing, writing is a very, very good tool. Get your thoughts out. Singing, dancing, rapping, whatever it is that you prescribe to. Just express yourself. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace, love, and light. High flight.